Crolister here with another long play, or part of a long play in this case. Not long ago, I did a long play of Crash Bandicoot 1 in the Sane Trilogy, and I made clear that that video was a 100% playthrough, not a 104% playthrough, which is exactly what we're going to be cleaning up with this video. So to start the video off, I am playing Stormy Ascent, which is an extra level that they added originally as a free patch in the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One version of the game. Because the Switch and Steam versions of the game came out later, it's in those versions of the game to start with. This level is very difficult. And because I typically wouldn't play this in my own personal playthroughs, that kind of hurts my memorization and caused me to kind of struggle a little bit here. I just cut the bad parts out of the video. Easy. I just feel like I need to play Stormy Ascent and the Relic races for YouTube specifically. Beating Stormy Ascent requires you to make precise movements along moving platforms and enemy attacks, which is not very fun. The format of Stormy Ascent is that of Slippery Climb, which used to be the only level in the game of its kind. So, it makes sense for being chosen. Jumping over these is also tricky. The burrito bonus round that's in this level is not that hard. You just have to memorize what's in it, like pretty much any other stage in any other game. So at least we have that after struggling in burrito bonus rounds in, like, Heavy Machinery, for example. Remember, bonus rounds act as checkpoints. If it wasn't for that, I'd be struggling consistently here. In fact, I struggled to get up to this point so badly during the recording that I got a Mercy Aku. So... I just couldn't hop over these moving platforms right here, right, for some reason. Alright, one more scene. The assistant throwing a chemical there can cause a bit of a problem. You have to bounce on these crates in order to reach the extra life crate that's there, since you can't crouch and do the power jump. And there we go. We have every single gem in the game now. From here, we move on to the annoying relic races. Relic races were originally introduced in the series in the 1998 PlayStation game Crash Bandicoot Warped, mine and a lot of others' favorite game in the series. I'm gonna do Cortex Strikes Back before Warped, though, in my video series, so just keep that detail in mind as well. There's Fate Crash. He appears in some parts throughout the trilogy after you beat the game. The first level in the game, Insanity Beach, is surprisingly difficult to get a Gold Relic in. You have to have godlike precision in order to get a Platinum Relic here. And it is a problem because Gold Relics are required in order to have maximum game percentage. So I'm not settling for a single Sapphire Relic. In Jungle Rollers, it's significantly easier. Keep in mind that certain elements change after you pick up the stopwatch to start the Relic race. There are no checkpoints, none of the crates have any Wumpa Fruit in them, and you can only get Wumpa Fruit by chain knocking out enemies like this. And if you have Aku, you lose him as soon as you pick it up. There are also these yellow boxes that'll stop the countdown by a number of seconds based on the number on the box. Try to get those as you sprint to the finish. If there are 3 Aku crates in a level while doing the Relic run, try to get all of them so you can get invincibility, because that will cause you to move faster than normal, even though this game doesn't have sliding or the speed shoes power-up. Platinum Relics are a great bragging right if you can get a bunch of them, though are not required for 104%. With the exception of Crash Bandicoot Warped, since that's the game these properly debuted in, these are not required for a 100% play in the other games in the Sane Trilogy. Nor do they build your game clear percentage at all, until you get every single one of them. Then it'll go up by 1%, and then another percent for getting all gold or platinum relics. You only have to get platinum relics for maximum game percentage in the new Crash Bandicoot 4 game. And I guess Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled if you want to get the platinum relic paint job, which I actually got, by the way. That was hard work to do. Crash Bandicoot 4 is incessantly difficult. A lot of people would agree with me on that. I'm not saying that just because I'm a casual player. And, the 106% epilogue in that game... I'm not going to spoil the epilogues for anybody that hasn't seen them, just in case. It's somewhat bland and just basically confirms that the series is definitely going to continue from there. We'll put it that way. I like the 100% epilogue in that game better. So, you know. I think what saves Crash Bandicoot 4 is the game's story and what they did with some of the characters, like Tawna. So, you know. Just because I think a game is too hard doesn't mean I think the game is bad. I mean, you know me, I love arcade games by Namco. A lot of arcade games are top level by difficulty. So, just keep in mind, in this video, as you see in the thumbnail, it's going to be Gold Relics for my playthrough. There will be 7 Platinum Relics. Other than that, I'm going for Gold. Because that's the minimum requirement to really beat the game. There has been a lot of foreshadowing lately that, Spyro will be having a new game announced, at least this year. Like, Activision and Toys for Bob kind of foreshadowed that there will be a Spyro announcement, in a way. Like, they made a post on their Twitter that says Spyro's motto for this year is, "You gotta believe." Even though, he totally stole that from another PlayStation character, that being Parappa the Rapper. I mean, Spyro does say that in the first game, so it kind of makes sense. So, you know. We haven't heard much from Spyro lately, so a new announcement for a new game has gotta be soon. They have been adding characters from Spyro to Crash Team Rumble, though. Like, more recently, they added, of any character, Allura the Fawn to the game, which is hilarious. I have to question why they added Ripto to the game before Spyro himself, though. That was a bit weird. Especially if it wasn't to actually promote a new game, and they're still using their renders from the Spyro Reignited trilogy. I haven't played Crash Team Rumble, by the way. The only current gen console I have is the Switch, and that game is PlayStation and Xbox only, at least as of this recording. And apart from that, that game is somewhat a subscription game, and it's multiplayer only and online play specific, and I'm not into games like those. I hate playing games online. Been there, done that. So, that's just my sense on the matter. Hog Wild has gotta be the easiest Platinum Relic in the game. All you have to do is get all the yellow crates. Since there's no real way you can accelerate or decelerate the Hog. Like there is with Polar and Purah, respectively, in the later games. Probably shouldn't have grabbed that Aku specifically here. Alright, that's one island down. Now we move on to the next island. Remember that spinning the hopping lizards reverses your controls in this game, which I personally think is a glitch. That's especially important for going for the Relic. I paused for a moment so I wouldn't be affected. Screw that up. I got a Plat Relic on that one. Road to Nowhere and the High Road are no fun. Some pro players are able to jump on the sides on the ropes or even walk along them to help with the Relic challenge. I can't really do that myself. got a plat on Boulder Dash and a gold on Boulders. That's pathetic. Another easy plat relic, though a difficult level to maneuver around. Wait for the torch before you get the stopwatch. You can jump along the side to get across some of the pushers. Because it's a bit tricky to jump over platforms here, the Platinum Relic is more forgiving. Alright, third island. I struggled to get a Gold Relic a little bit here. By struggling to get a Gold Relic, I mean I had to get a Sapphire Relic at first, and then try again. I apologize for noisiness going on in my surrounding area during the narration for this video. I tried to do the voice recording to narrate this video while the scenario was a bit more quiet, and unforeseen storage issues on my computer got me. So now I'm recording my video around midday, and the area around my house is being pretty noisy. I had some Sapphire Relic based issues in Generator Room as well. Toxic Waste was an easier one for me. Now I suffer. What's probably the hardest level in the game. See how I jumped briefly on the side rope? Some better players at the game can actually walk along them. Slippery Climb is also a much easier one for me. Curse you, lab assistant. Did you know that in the original PlayStation Crash Bandicoot game from 1996, the lab assistants are referred to as the A word in the character coding? And while that was supposed to be intended to be an abbreviation of assistant, it was still humorous nonetheless. And the original game creators and Naughty Dog saw humor in that so much that they called the assistants even more vulgar terms in the later games in the PlayStation Trilogy. Activision and Toys for Bob probably enjoy that as well, considering that they actually do have profanity in Crash Bandicoot 4. I struggled with the Relic at first in Lights Out and Fumbling in the Dark. After memorizing them better, though, I can play them just fine. Use the yellow gem platform here to end the trial quickly. And kablam! Platinum Relic. You shouldn't hold the jump button down while you're bouncing along these spiders. Specifically in Fumbling in the Dark. You have to spin these rats in a good alignment in order to get the Aku here. And I got a Plat Relic. It's hard to get past these smashers, and if you get crushed in them, you're gonna get slowed down a lot. If you have an Aku on you. So... I still got the Gold Relic, though, so it's fine. I struggle to get Platinum Relics in some places in the series, so an all-Platinum Relics video for me is out of the question. Sorry if it disappoints you. Obviously, they're gonna put the stopwatch well away from the green gem route. That would have made it too easy, you know. You have to be careful crossing the steam emissions. In some cases, purposely taking a hit if you have an Aku can help you get through the trial faster. Dang. I had to put up with getting a Sapphire Relic at first in the lab as well. Having to get past all the traps and the temporary doors and platforms is not easy. What makes matters even worse is that the blobs in the lab have the same problem the bouncing lizards in Sunset Vista do. If you touch them while spinning, they'll reverse your controls. Again, I think that was a glitch. It could be intentional for all we know, though. Make sure to spin that assistant forward to open the door while going for the relic. One more to go. I absolutely struggled to finish Stormy Ascent here and get a relic. Are you surprised? Shouldn't be. At least I ended with a gold relic. I hate this part so much. Ah. The assistant unnerved me. So, there you go. With that, finishes up the whole playthrough. I have 104% game completion with all artifacts obtained. Alright, so, that's about it for this video. Stay tuned up ahead for my playthrough of Cortex Strikes Back, also in the Insane Trilogy, and some other titles here and there as well. I am Crolister, the Master of Ponage. Thank you for watching this video, and I will see you in my next video.